think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down. The generation is such a big fool. Just like the eye of the one that you're going to do. That's a price, boy. Yeah. That's a price, little man. Break it down.
Hello campers, welcome to the wrap-up of week 3 of the John Jay Summer Camp. And today I have a very special guest, the one and only great Korean Gooch. Hey Gooch, what's up? I'm here to talk about week 3 and a wrap-up of all the fun and excitement we had this week. Let me tell you about it. Yeah, I heard on Monday and Tuesday you made up for lots of failed pranks last week and you finally got the kids wet. And we finally got those stupid kids. They were so stupid. We came up here to the window and we used ourselves as a distraction. And then Money ran out of the snack bar door and got him wet with hot dog flavored water. And then during the draft, we had 2 buckets filled with water and we drenched them as we were sitting down by the snack bar waiting for the kicks to be called. Wow, what idiots. Indeed. Hey, I heard you finally beat the perfect coach, John Daly, in a 4-game sweep. How does it feel to finally be champions of the John Jay Cup? Yeah, it was a little bit surprising how it went down. I mean, a 4-game sweep against the perfect coach. 2 games were in overtime, but 2 were big blowouts. And I think his goalie's head was in the cloud all series for some reason. Maybe he's on shrooms. I don't know. So, tell me about some of the key players on your team that contributed to that sweep. Well, we had some good contributions from guys like Nick Hagemeyer-Wieners. He played really sound defensively. And then we had John Katogi, the man with the most famous hair in John Jay history. He was back-checking really hard. And we had Patrick Tyler Moore, who won lots of face-offs and also contributed on defense. Patrick Tyler Moore? Is he related to Harry Tyler Moore? No. So, what do you think of your defense this series as you tried to shut down Mike Taylor? Well, even though Brad Isgrove scored a lot of goals, he was a cone on defense. But Jake the Legend could have helped him out a lot, making up for many of Brad's mistakes. And then we had Nick the Omen Child. What are you doing? Parente on defense. Even though at times he was distracted by another member on the other team, he did play solid defensively. Another member on the other team? What do you mean? Well, you know what I mean. Well, what about your other line, like William Wallace, Chris Carleo, and Lucas? We had Chris, dude, where's my car, Leo, playing hard defense, and then he scored a big game-winning goal in overtime in Game 2. Also, Lucas Skywalker also scored a big goal on a slap shot from the side of the net in Game 2. Then we had I am William Wallace playing good positional hockey and back-checking hard all game long. So, how do you feel about your goaltending this series? Oh, we did have James, I need a Rocco nap, goalie in net. And his weakness was his flagpole before this series, but I gave him a couple pointers, and I think it really made the difference. So, what about the Counselors vs. Kids game on Tuesday? I heard you won for a 3rd straight week. Yep, that's right. 3 weeks in a row. 3 weeks in a row. 3! I say 3 weeks in a row. We crushed those kids. As a final score of 7-3. Did not show how much we controlled the ball all game. I mean, all those kids did was whine and not want to get dressed before the game because they said, oh, we're going to lose. And of course, they did lose because they suck. That's not really nice. I heard you guys had a wet and wild and wacky water balloon Wednesday this year. Well, you see, we got them so wet on Monday that they were whining and complaining that they didn't want to fill up their water balloons for the battle. But we yelled at them and hit them with our hockey sticks and made them get out there for the water balloon battle. How did it go? This year, they actually went for the object of the game, which is to get the ball from the other team's net and bring it back to theirs. Even though I do like it when they just pelt each other in the face all game. It really seems like you like when the kids get violent with each other. Yeah. We had a really adventurous Thursday at the camp. Early in the morning, we had a very unfriendly encounter with a Jehovah's Witness. A what? That's right, I said a Jehovah's Witness, but I told her I love Satan, and I'm going to hell. I heard that's not all that happened. I heard you had a very sad moment in the camp. Tell us. Yeah, really sad moment in camp history as the once famous pool camp hunter was sucked right into the boardation, out of his existence, as well as his assistant, Dylan, the sissy. And they will never be heard from again.
Really? That sucks. Well, for me anyway. I love that show on Channel 95.
All that was left of him was his yellow wooden back.
Oh, I heard it was a successful week as you had a record 19 campers. Tell us about each of them.
Oh, there's our camp veteran of 5 years, Dylan the sissy. Even though he has been a pain in the ass this week, but we'll give him a pass. And then there's Jake, if you don't know, now you know. He has a mouth of a 45-year-old truck driver, and he was the former pool camp hunter. And then there is, I am William Wallace, and I don't know his last name because I've been calling him William Wallace for 2 weeks now.
From like Braveheart?
But he's not 7 feet tall, like they said.
So tell us about Big James, John Catozzi, and Patricia.
It's Big James. I can't pronounce your last name. I mean, he's fast like the kid from Mighty Ducks, but he can't stop either. And then there's Patricia, old Casey. I mean, she tries hard and whacks a lot of her opponents in the balls, but she's been tired of being chased by some stalker in the camp. I don't know who it is. Do you? And then there is John Catozzi, the world famous John Catozzi, with the world's most famous hair in John J. Camp history. We've been trying to get it to cut it for years, but he just won't do it.
Some other campers.
It's Patrick Tyler Moore, who lost his retainer earlier in the week, but we got him straightened out with that. And then there's Victor, I love ants, Napoli, who has not eaten one single ant this week, which is very good. And then there is Chris, Dude, where's my Carleo, who loves to whine and make his sister carry a stinky hockey equipment after he's done.
Well, I heard the Isgro brothers reunited at the camp this week.
All they did was whine and complain to each other about who was stealing each other's lunches.
Hey, by the way, you look good. Have you been working out?
No. So natural, baby. Best thing to happen to this camp.
Oh, I heard you had a couple of rockers in the camp. Tell me about it.
There's Robert, don't call me Alice, Aya, and he's been playing ice hockey, it looks like, for many years. And he's a really good skater, but he's also known for having the best lunchbox in camp the night before Christmas. And then there's Jake, the legend killer.
Why do you call him that?
You see, we played this corner game, and the world-famous James Napoli was in net. And Jake sniped from top corner and killed the legend known as James Napoli. That is why we call him the legend killer. He also loves rocking out the old-school AC/DC.
I heard you also have a tool man in camp this week.
That's right, yeah, that's right. Mike, the tool man, Taylor. Even though he doesn't have many tools out on the rink. I mean, the kid has one move. One move. But then there's Nick Hagemeyer Wieners, who he plays good defensively, but he loves his red jug that's like 5 gallons. Who does that? And then there's Lucas Skywalker, who says he loves driving around in his dad's Ferrari and Lamborghini. I want to know is, where's my ride?
How about Corey and Nick the Omen Child, Parente?
Corey loves getting beaten knock-hockey time after time by me, the Gooch. And then there's Nick the Omen Child. What are you doing? Parente, who we are trying to figure out who he likes on the other team. We don't know who it is yet. Do you?
But what about the camp whooping boy, Tony the Turnover Tiger?
You know what my friend Tony likes to say? Turnovers are great! Just because I don't have to coach him this week, as he really did help us out win a couple of games this series. But he's been less annoying, and he's been getting better.
Sounds like you really had a fun week at camp. Well, I'd like to thank the Gooch for stopping by and talking about week 3 of the camp. And for all you campers watching out there, we'll see you next year.
Hot dog.